Hello and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages and all genders overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. Because over here we believe that we don't do moments of silence, we do moments of speaking, where we speak out the names of the victims and we speak out the names of abusers in order to get justice, and to lift our voice. And so far, we have been coming over here, meeting under the umbrella of Justice for Shanquella Robinson, because we believe that if we can get justice, not if, when we get justice for Shanquella, we'll be able to leverage that and to wash, rinse, and repeat to get justice for all of the past victims and to significantly decrease incidents of future victims. So today, oh, look here. Hey, JP, what's going on? JP6 in the hizzy already says, hello, everyone, and hey to RN. What's going on? Yes. So today has been a very long day. It was my first day to go to a rally, and I was excited to be there. And I did go live with you guys there, and I was grateful that so many people showed up for the live and came out to show support for Shanquilla, and I was proud to be a part of that. However, I do wish that there was more people. It should have been more people, and y'all know recently I have once the FBI said they weren't gonna do nothing about it, is when I felt pushed into a corner and overcome with this need to do something, to have a voice and to be political. I want to be political, and I've been encouraging all of you all to also get busy. Get busy getting registered to vote. Get busy voting. All right, look at here. Thank you all so much here. Rissa Bay, thank you so much for your super sticker. I sure enough appreciate that. And Arissa actually have a message up here too. Let's go ahead. And yeah, y'all, I'm still here in Washington D.C., so that's why I don't have my dynamic background. And this lighting here sucks and stuff too. And I'm on my iPad here. But I wanted to come out to kind of do a kind of a recap on this whole importance of us coming together as a political bloc. Orisa says, hello, RN mods and chat. And a fancy hand waving, pink waving. All right. Thank you. Kim says, you are great. I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. Yeah. So like I was saying, I recently, recognize that we have to, as Americans, we have to own it. We have to own that and be proud of it and actually, walk in that. And that means that we got to register to vote and we want to vote as a block, right? And I know that we have been conditioned here in this country to, as Black people, to just automatically vote Democrat. And some people, was needing, we need to come together. We need to come together because there's strength in numbers. And if we could unite, we'll be able to get a lot more. We have a lot more power and stuff like that. And historically, Black people, we started off being Republicans, right? But somewhere along the way, just like with this Shanquella Robinson thing, they started to throw us some bones, and we got detoured. And that's how we kind of been continue. Hey, Chinyu Ray says, "Hey, Miss Irene, what's going on, Chinyu Ray? I appreciate all of the love and support, y'all. Thank y'all so much. It felt good getting out there doing that. So, they were given some good information. We got some new hope for this case here. However, it's super important that super important that we understand how much power we have and how much power we've been leaving on the table with the voting thing. And I see a few lives back, maybe 2 or 3 lives back, I had brought up Nerda, who is going to come up again in a little bit and really help to bring a little bit of balance so we could have some Q&A here and help us all to be on one page so we could be okay with voting together as a group here. So I'm going to take a few more of these comments and then I'm going to bring up Nerda and we're going to recap because there were some comments and a few questions that people were having regarding what we were talking about that night. JP6 says, "Do you think that voting Republican will change results?" Yes, I do. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and bring my backup coming to the stage without further ado, Nerida. Hey, Nerida. Uh-oh. Nerida, are you there? Hello. You're up here. Are you available? Are you here, Nerida? All right. Okay. So, JP6, do you think that voting Republican will change results? I do. I really do. I do. I do. I do. I also see how the Democrats have done nothing for us here. And see here, Tinubay said, "How long was the speech?" The speech. Let's see here. The speech. I wouldn't say. Let me see how long my live was, and because it was a little shorter than the live because so it was probably a little more than an hour, maybe about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Nerda, let's see here. Are you there? Nerda, your mic, you're muted. Or are you there? Oh, that didn't go well. Chinue says, how long was the speech? Chinue said that twice. Yes, it was about a little more than an hour. And I'm going to try this one more time here. Coming to the
I'm
stage.
here.
There you go. Now we got to get back to JP's question here.
Okay, I
Uh,
apologize.
that's okay. Yeah, because you do a better job at answering these kind of questions than me. Sometimes I just kind of, anyway. JP6 says, "Do you think that voting Republican will change results?"
Before I answer that, I really wanted to start off by introducing myself to everyone. I apologize. I'm sure you guys are wondering, like, what makes Nerda such a expert on all things politics? And I just wanted to just give you a little bit about my background and
Yes.
in hopes of that, will help you to understand why I feel like I can say the things that I say. Um, first I would start with just my education. I went to a very conservative college. I got a bachelor's in social science pre-law, and when I say conservative college, one of the classes I had to take was the Civil War, and it was from a son of a Confederate, a certified son of the Confederate, and that was a very interesting experience to learn from him, as well as I've volunteered for multiple campaigns, both local and state.
Oh, okay.
Um, I haven't volunteered for a national one yet. However, I believe I will probably volunteer for President Nikki Haley. Um, that also, I actually worked for a local pollster who, a Democratic pollster, in fact, that actually brought President Biden into office, helped him to get into office. So that's what I'm speaking on. And then I also, while I was in school, wrote a research paper on politics. So that's where I'm coming from. So back to your question, JP6, and that was about Republicans
Yeah.
again.
Do
Do
you? JP6 says, do you think that voting Republican will change results?
Yes, I do, because the Democratic Party unfortunately has taken the black vote for granted, as well as the female vote for granted. And in place of that, they have elevated the LBGT. I apologize if I get the letters wrong. I'm Gen X, so that it's like new language for
And
me.
it's
So
adding different initials and letters too, so it's I understand it's difficult to keep up with
it
it.
is, it is. But that community, the Democratic community, has truly been an advocate for them and have actually had legislation passed um, for their benefit.
Mm,
And it's been to women and to blacks specifically detriment. And
wow.
so, if we were all to vote as one in a political bloc, as you were saying, are in, we could actually make a difference. We could actually change things because that's what they did.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you guys understand that it's strength in numbers, even if you aren't 100% for that candidate. Being part of the the fabric of it, you get strength in the numbers, and then we have a foot in the door, a leg to stand on, and we can use that power to force the change, to force these changes to force these changes. So what I wanted to do, Nader, because the last time he was up here, I had made some shorts from our from the live, and people, some folks had some comments. So I'm not. I don't think I can share the screen on this here iPad. However, what I can do is read those off to you. Then you could kind of answer accordingly.
Okay,
Is
and
that
before you asked me those questions, I was looking at the chat, and I saw where someone asked about how long the speech. I think you were answering it, and I kind of clicked off or whatever. Would you tell me about that a little bit? Give us a little bit more information about um, the speech and
okay?
what you really think about
A recap.
politically that we could actually do as a group.
Okay.
Because, like you said, that was pretty sad, the amount of people. This young
Thousands.
woman,
Yeah.
she touched millions of people.
Yeah.
And to see, um, no, I think someone made a comment that there was no mainstream media doing live coverage or anything. I mean, like, it
Yeah.
really was sad. It was sad. So that's what I mean about us having a united voice. But speak on that a little bit more. I apologize because I had fell off.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, so the first thing that I noticed is that when they told us about it, when her mom said it wasn't like a real plan. Like it wasn't yet May 19th at 10 o'clock at this address. They just said we're going to be at Washington May 19th, right? And even up until the day before, the time was, it wasn't cemented. Like originally I had heard the address and the time off of Gerald Jackson's channel, and he said it was gonna be gave the address 633. However, I think he had the southeast on there. Anyway, so there's southeast and northwest here in Washington D.C., which could be different
Yeah,
areas. So
yeah. Isn't it like a triangle or a square? What is the layout of that city? And JP6 might know this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I was super confused too. I thought it ended up being a circle because I went out again this evening and I was behind the Washington Monument as opposed to earlier. We were in front of it, so I didn't I didn't know. I don't know if it is a circle or a triangle, but it felt like it was a circle where you could see the things on either side. So I get there and I'm a little early. I got there about a little bit after 9, and it was totally empty. It was totally empty. I saw one guy there who was trying to set up the podium with the microphones and stuff. So I was like, "Hey, is this Justice for Shanquella Robinson?" And he said yes, and they were going to start at 10. So I went and grabbed some coffee, a little local spot, and a little sandwich. Anyway, so I get back there at 10, and of course, there's a few people there. It was around 20 people or so at that time. And,
Oh,
yeah. And then we were waiting for the family to come. And they got there probably maybe 20 minutes after 10, 20 or 30 minutes after 10. So during that time, I was talking with people out there, and I was really happy to see that some people recognized me, and they was like, "Hey, are you RN?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And
hey,
so
if you
that was
guys were there and you saw RN, say something in the chat.
oh, yeah. I don't know if those any of those people are here. We got a small chat here.
Yeah.
Wait, I know somebody was there. Who saw RN? Say something in the chat. Oh wait, JP6 says it's like a diamond square. Okay, so you were
Oh,
right.
okay.
You are so how wow narrative. Like I thought a circle for sure, but you came up with the angle, the triangle, which is a diamond with the angles. So they when they did come, um I would say, and then a lot of those people were camera people or people that were there working. So I wouldn't even say that all, maybe 30 or 40 people that were there were all there for, representing Justice for Shanquella Robinson, even to the extent that I'm so bad with names. Um, Tamika had, offered, beckoned us to come up there to stand behind the podium to, show some strength in the numbers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw somebody sent me a clip of me said I was on the news with the part of the thing. So it was exciting. It was really exciting and heartfelt too. Especially when the mother started speaking. I felt her pain again with having this be you know on a video out there, everybody to see it,
Yeah.
and for it to be drawn out this long, and no justice, and to
Yeah.
be in the middle of all this stuff. So but I felt good that I was able to be part of it, and it seems like maybe more is going to be needed, and that's why I kind of switched my focus on being political and getting as many people to vote as a group, so we could, have a bigger voice. Because
Yes, that is so
splash it
important.
out, yeah, if we splash it out and everybody's like, oh, I'm doing this, or I'm going to try to form a new party and all these different things, it's not going to be effective because, first of all, it's so close to, getting ready time to vote. It takes longer to get a new party together and didn't have it be in a position where it could be, competitive with the two parties that we already have.
Right.
But yeah, so that's how that went. And so they spoke, they passed the mic around between Attorney Ben Crump, Attorney Sue Ann Robinson, um, Tamika Mallory, and I can forget the new, not the new guy, but they're doing a million teen march in North Carolina. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay. So
right,
our voices can be heard and we definitely can make a difference.
yeah,
That's good to know.
yeah, yeah. So and I imagine if we was all on one page, all on one page, and to do that. So yeah, and so they spoke about maybe an hour or so, and then a little more than an hour, because my live says an hour and 45 minutes, and I know that before they came up there, I was just talking to the crowd for a few minutes there.
Well, Kim just said, I heard RN say, I didn't know that when Quilla was talking. I think it was that the
Oh, I
FBI had the
yeah.
video weeks before it went
Before,
viral.
yeah, before we saw it, I was like, I
Oh,
did not
wow.
know
I
that.
didn't
Yeah,
hear that. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah,
Weeks.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's on there. Yeah, I had said that out loud because it surprised me, because it just it surprised me because for them to act brand new or act like they didn't have any of this evidence to know that they actually they saw the video before we did. I'm like, what is going on? That just makes me feel like this is, some real high level
Yeah.
diplomatic, hidden mission stuff here. I really feel too that one of the reasons why they're kind of dragging it out like this is because it's political, and they're trying to do things to steer the vote that's coming up, for next year.
Yes, I agree.
And that's why I say it's important that we buckle down, get behind a solid Republican candidate like Haley, and that way we can get our voice heard, right? If we're responsible for getting someone into the office and having our voices be heard on that. So, did that answer your question?
Yes,
Karen?
ma'am.
All right, cool.
Miss Kim
Miss
brought
Kim
that
said,
question in the
oh,
chat. Yeah.
okay, I didn't see it there. Let's see. So we got Cookie 4XO says, thank you for being there representing RN and live streaming earlier. Oh, you are so welcome. Yeah, like I said, that was the first time for me to do something like that. And I'm just like, wow, okay. It felt good. And I felt like it was definitely not enough people, because when this thing first happened, the content creators all over were putting out all these videos, getting hundreds of thousands of views, and I'm like, okay, so where the people at? Where are all them people at that
Yeah.
was getting all those views and stuff? And where are they at? Where where's the people? So, I felt like it should have been way more people. However, I do believe that they have been toning down or turning down the awareness of this by what they call shadow banning, or so I think that's part of the reason too why a lot of people didn't know about it, right? Because even Sleuthy Lucy didn't know the address um, Wednesday. So as of Wednesday, she wasn't even aware, or was it Thursday? Anyway, Wednesday or Thursday. So she's only learning about the actual address a day prior to the event. So that could be another reason why people really didn't know. It wasn't promoted, you know, to me enough. It wasn't
And
promoted.
did you see the father there? Was he there?
That was something I actually blurted out too on the video. I was like, "Hey, where's her dad?" Her dad was not there, and I haven't seen him at any of the marches. It's almost like they're in different different states, right? Or
Yeah.
so I was a little disappointed on that note that um, I've seen dads do some interviews, however, not anything like, this. Like at the first rally that they had, I didn't see the dad there. And then this one, right at the end, y'all probably can hear me say, "Hey, where's her dad?" Where?
Mm.
How come I don't see the dad here? And hadn't seen him there and stuff. Yep. So that was it. So Kim says, I always love to hear Tamika Mallory speak. She means business. Yes, she was very passionate too. Very passionate. From the rally. Hey, La Jessica, La Jessica, what's going on? Says hello, RN, and the chat. And thank you again, Arissa, for your super sticker. It says salute to La Jessica and giving it some love there. So, like I said, I know a lot of y'all are like, I ain't gonna never vote if I gotta vote Republican. Somebody actually said that in the comment, right? So that's why I'm saying we need to get. It's not personal here. We need to get outside of ourselves and think about the bigger picture. Think about the future, how this is all gonna play out. So, what are your thoughts, Narrator, on why Black people need to vote Republican?
Again, they the Party has just completely kicked us to the curb. They don't care about our vote. Anytime they want our vote, they pander to us. They'll get somebody of color, as they say. They'll break out the gospel music and get a rap star or celebrity
The
to
gospel music.
endorse them. But it's true. It's true. They've done this. And so and unfortunately we have been voting on emotional probably for the last
Yeah.
50 years or so,
Hmm.
and not on what our true values are. And again, I feel like as Black Americans, we are a lot more conservative than what the media make us. And so right now, the Republicans are closer to our core values than we really think. And so I feel like um, we we shouldn't be afraid to vote for Republicans. And then also, they have set it up to where it's us against them. The Republicans are racist. The Republicans are racist. What I have learned is that both okay, we're in America. America is racist, just bottom line. However, there are systems that are in place that can protect us from the racism. One of them is the Constitution. One of them is yeah, that's the main one. And then the second one would be our votes, that and they really matter, they count, and they want to
Right.
discourage us and have us divided. Yeah, the Republican Party, they're guilty of gerrymandering and changing the maps for voting, but they are still closer. We still have more
In
in
common.
in common with them, with our values, overall values, than with the Democratic Party, for real, for real.
Wow. I'm trying to add your oh, I done messed up some kind of way. Kim says all around beauty. Will you put her name up, please? I'm trying to. I actually oh, I've messed up some kind of way here. Um oops. All right. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me I don't even know. Am I up there? I think I'm out of the picture too. Wait a minute. I don't this is bad.
I see
Super bad.
both of us.
You do?
Hmm.
I see some icons and some, I don't see me at all. I have let me see here. I don't know what to do here. Let me see here. I don't even know how this. Okay, that's me there. Oh, holy smoke! I was trying to put your name there. I just don't even know where to do that at. I'm trying, but now there's um. So you see both of us.
I
I
see, yeah, I see the flag where I'm at,
I do not.
and I see you.
I don't see it. All right, and I don't even see me. Let me see here. Cancel. Okay, there. All right. All right. So this is Nerda, y'all. I don't know how to add her name here. Let me try and see if I do this. Plus, nope, that ain't it. If anybody knows how, I will drop your name in the chat. Sorry. I'm not that savvy. And two, I don't know if it's because this ain't my laptop where things look a little bit more easy, but I agree with you. And you guys that had the questions about this voting stuff too, um, feel free to drop those in there, and we'll get try and get those answered for you. And then two, will Arnetta, are you willing to, if somebody, if I drop the link, if somebody have a, question to ask, to want to get up here and share
Sure.
with me? Okay. All right, because I know some people. I would like to know too. I want to ask y'all, what is the big pushback about voting Republican? Why is that so hard, or why do you want to stick with the Democrats? So like what is the passion behind that? Like why is that? Why is that? If anybody could tell me. Let's see here. Um find some more questions here. It says Chinyu Ray says, yes, I thought it would be a better turnout. Yeah, I was disappointed with the turnout. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, and I really think too is because they kind of like it really wasn't promoted much. It really wasn't promoted much. I did see today, when I hit YouTube, there was it was up there. They had Shanquella up there, but this was all like a little bit late, a little bit late. Kim says I was on live watching. Okay, cool. JP6 says, I saw RN. Yeah, you did. What's up, Tanika? Tanika in the hizzy says, hey, RN. Yeah. Yeah. So why? Just because Grandma and them was voting Republican? Is that, I mean, Democrat? Is that what it is, y'all? JP6 says, my heart felt for her mother. Yes. I couldn't even, y'all might notice that the camera was shaking. My hand was just shaking so hard when her mom was talking. Because I was upset too, just very angry that we, aren't getting any justice, and that all this time went by, and to hear her to say the story again, and how the FBI had already knew about this video, and that these people coming over to her house, breaking bread and all that stuff. Yeah, it was hard to hear. Tanika says, I get tears when I see Shanquella's mother and her sister, the pain you can hear in their voice and see it on their face. Yes. And to be there, up close and personal with him, I was able to, give him hugs, and, and let them know that we here for them. And, people are still standing for justice for Shanquella and her family. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Kim says, I heard Arian say, I didn't know that when Quilla was talking. I think it was that the FBI had the video weeks before it went viral. Yes, I did not know that at all. I didn't know that at all. That was a real slap in the face too, because it made me think that they're part of the cover up too. So if they already knew about it and wasn't going to, didn't do anything, if it wasn't for us social media people, who knows? We may not be where we're at now, may not be where we're at now. Yep. Let's see. Tanika said, oh, wrong person. Tanika said, Kim, that surprised me too. Yeah. Yeah, see, I wasn't the only one. JP6 says the FBI made me cringe. Hey, what's going on? Sharon says hi. Oh. All right. Oh, Tanika says the Democrats are liars. What are your thoughts on that narrative? Because I know somebody's
But
going to say Republicans are liars too.
yeah, I was going to say both parties are liars.
Okay.
But again, but they do stick on their. I guess I would. challenge everyone to go to the Democratic National page and the Republican national page and see what their mission statements are and what their values are, and just take a look at what your values are more in line with, and do know that yes, they all lie because everyone wants to get the power. You know, it's all about the power. They are following the 48 laws of power, and politics is, you know, key in that.
Yeah.
But again, choose the what I think you said, someone said Coke or Pepsi. So
Yeah.
which do you prefer?
Yeah.
Do you prefer the party that do say that they believe in traditional values, and they do for the most part give parents rights. They advocate for our rights to carry weapons,
Yep.
because if we leave it to the Democratic Party, they will truly try and take our guns from us. And that is a Second Amendment right. We have the right
Yeah.
to carry
Bear
and bear
arms.
arms.
Yep. True, true, true. True, true, true. Hey, Lila says when they said charges were not being brought, most people lost interest. I think you are absolutely right about that. Because I know I was, like, okay, well, guess, nothing for me to say here. It's time to move on. What else is there? And I did feel that way, but I felt like, okay, no, we've come too far and we're not going to let this happen. And it made me to just double down. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm getting political. I'm going to exercise my power being an American, and I'm going to promote it. I'm going to
Yes,
promote it. I'm going to promote that we lock arms and we form a chain,
yes.
a hard, solid chain that
And
we can.
Phyllis wants you to drop a link
Okay,
or a phone number or something.
I'll just drop the link because I'm not set up to where it could uh, take calls. All right, here's the link, y'all, right there, and you guys are welcome to come up there. Uh, Sharon says, we can always register as unaffiliated voters, thereby voting for a person who most represents and serves us. Thoughts?
So it depends on what state you live in. So, for example, you have some states that will not allow you to vote in the primaries if you are unaffiliated, independent, um, or you have to only, if you do vote in the primaries, you can only vote for your party. However, some states will allow you to vote in primaries that are not of your party's choosing. So that kind of depends.
Mm, okay. Let's see. I read this complimentary. Phyllis says, hello, RN. You look very nice while in DC today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Kim says, tradition. JP6 says, most of the Republicans don't stand for nothing.
And most of the Democrats don't stand for nothing either.
That's what
We
I'm saying too.
we just have to
So,
get on the same page with
yeah,
one of them, and use them to our interests.
right. And the reason why I say the Republicans is because, Black people have been voting for Democrats for a good long time, right? So, if we haven't been getting any satisfaction by voting for the Democrats for such a long time, why not give the Republican Party a try and see what happens? See if we don't see any changes.
Right.
But to just totally, disregard that and continue to vote the Democrat is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing but expecting different results, right? All right, so see here. JP6 got most stuff to say. He talking about, even though I despise the Democratic Party, many black people are stuck in the matrix. And that's why the black people that's stuck in the matrix are just continuing to vote the Democrat. All right, we're about to add a third party here. Tanika is coming to the stream. What's up, Tanika?
Hey, big sis, what's up? I seen you
Nothing
all
much.
up in Washington, D.C. doing your
I
thing.
was repping.
You was fabulous, girl.
Yes, I was. What's going
I
on?
wanted to tell you I'm so happy when you told people on camera to just try voting different. If you're not happy with the way the thing with black people, we stuck in some type of loop.
Mm,
We can't seem to see the big picture. In other words, every 4 years we have Democrats come in, promise us the world.
mm,
When they get in there, they don't make good on those promises. And then we bitch and complain for the 4 years,
yep.
and then we go back and vote for them again.
Woo.
I don't
Insanity.
understand why we vote Democrat anyway. Our ancestors were registered Republican.
There we go. Thank you.
Amen to that.
Biden came in, Biden said, my African Americans, you got me in here. I won't forget you.
Mm.
And
He
what
forgot.
what has he done? Nothing.
Yep.
When
Nothing.
I heard Medgar Evers' brother speak years ago on voting for Trump, and they asked him, why would you vote for Trump? He said, look here, I don't have to like the man, but I like his policies. He care about citizens first,
Yeah.
as opposed to others,
Mm-hmm.
which the Democrats or Democrats
Yeah.
seem to be more concerned with.
Wow.
So I said, if it's good enough for him, maybe I need to open my mind and vote differently. And I have been since then.
Yeah.
The
Good.
Democrats come in, they make promises that they never keep.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not getting my vote.
Good for you. Yes.
They're not getting my
Amen.
vote.
Yes. 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 Yep.
But I was so happy when you said that on camera. I was like, oh my gosh, you struck a chord, because people, we really need to hear that.
Yeah.
You know.
Because we got a lot of power that we're leaving out there on the table. I also
Mm-hmm.
saw the statistics that said that 45% of women don't
Yes.
even vote.
Yes.
So that's a lot of
Yes.
power that's out there on the table. So
Yes.
my goal is, if we could harness just even 20% of that, we
Yes.
making changes on the election, because that's 20% of 45% of us that didn't vote at all. So now if
Yes.
we get this surge of women joining together with one
Mm-hmm.
voice, as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth about, well, I ain't gonna vote for no Republican. Well, I'm only doing Democrats, or whatever the
Yeah.
thing is. Get
Yeah.
together. We, no, none of them are great. None of
None
them
of them.
are honest and all that. But we here in America, we are American citizens, and
Yes.
sitting on your butt doing nothing is not gonna get you
It's not
anything.
gonna change or
They're
keep
not gonna listen
voting.
to you. Yeah, you
The
gotta
same
vote.
people in is not gonna change anything. Look, Trump got in there, sis. You know as well as I do.
Yep.
He talked crazy as I don't know what. But one thing you could say, he cared about American
Yep.
citizens first.
Yep.
Biden has the border wide open.
Yep.
These people, I'm sorry if I sound racist, but these people come over here, they get the jobs,
Yep.
and then they don't bother to hire us, but they look for us to protest with them when it's anything concerning their issues. But
Yep.
where are they when it relates to our issues?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
I didn't see nobody but us out there. Anybody that was not us was behind the camera or
yep,
doing some type, they was working.
yep,
They was
yep,
working.
yep.
Yep. And then, like you said, we be out there whining. Like I heard a bunch of black people whining about all these immigrants coming over here to, sucking up the resources,
Yep.
and they were the main ones who voted in the,
Yes.
this stuff. They
Yes.
voted in this, senile
Yeah.
geriatric who should have been
Yeah.
out of the game years ago. I mean,
Yes.
he even looks like a nursing home patient. He's doing the toddler walk with his hands out like that. Looks like he needs to be on a walker and a depend brief.
You know what, sis? You
What?
might start a conversation with Biden and it end up somewhere else. He don't know
Yeah,
what
exactly.
it's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Because he doesn't know. He
Yeah.
looks like an Alzheimer's patient that's trying to pretend and act like
Yeah.
he's still with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just trying to,
Yeah.
act like he's not confused.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
his alertness is in question. I'm like,
Yes.
do you know your name?
Yes.
Where
Exactly.
are you?
Exactly. And he gets frustrated when he talks. If you notice, if they ask him too
Yeah.
many complex questions, he
Yep.
get frustrated.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
we call that agitation in the nursing
Yes.
world. The patient became agitated because he
Yes.
expressed the thoughts, and then you're coming at
Yes.
them asking for more stuff, and they're like, "Hey, I know."
Yep.
That's what they
Yep.
do. He looks like a patient. Like I was,
Yes.
I would have, I would be checking his orientation, throughout the day because,
Yes.
he doesn't even know which way to go.
No.
They had to,
And you could see
they had to
it.
turn him to go this way.
Exactly. Yep.
You can see the confusion in his face. It totally
Yes.
shows that he has no clue what he's talking about.
Yes,
No
definitely.
clue. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
see here you said for people to choose the lesser of two evils.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That
We
that's
have
that.
to stop being stuck with this mentality
Yep.
like the Democrats are helping us. And this is a question people should ask themselves. Since Biden or any other Democrat that has been in office, how has your life been impacted? Has
Thank
your
you.
life been improved or is it worse?
Yep.
That's what we need to be asking ourselves. But we need to stop giving these people our vote that keep making empty promises.
Yep. Yep. And we see the history that's what these Democrats do.
That's what they do because they know that's the reason why Biden opened the border. They tell you, oh, illegals can't vote. Yeah, right. They let them over here and they secure votes to keep Democrats in power.
Wow.
And that's actually one of the I guess pushbacks with the Republican Party. They say that they're trying to stop the vote when all they're doing is setting up voter ID laws in place so that people can actually real non-immigrants, real citizens can
Yes,
actually vote in the elections. If you can't get a state ID or a driver's license and you are a voting citizen, then we got to figure something out. I
exactly.
mean, maybe you shouldn't be voting then. I don't know.
Exactly.
Because I think that's something so basic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Vanessa
Exactly.
Jones says it doesn't matter who you vote for, Democrat or Republican. They are all corrupt. The whole world is corrupt.
I mean, you like I said, you have to vote for the lesser of two evils. You know
Yeah,
what? Why would you keep voting in Democrats that's not doing anything
right.
for you?
Or not voting is not the answer. So
Exactly.
we know we live in a corrupt world. We
Exactly.
know that this system is not right. But if
Yep.
we were all to unite together and
Yes.
infiltrate one of the parties where we are the majority, we
Yes.
could make some changes.
Yes.
We can make
Definitely.
And
change.
not only the majority, just vote for the party that's really closer to your set values.
Exactly. Exactly.
Again, Black people, we are way more conservative than what the media
Portrays us
portrays
to
us
be.
as. Yes, ma'am.
And see, I see the comment where they're talking about reparations. Honestly, they're making it now. Newsom is the one that set up the task force.
Yes.
They came up with the package and he declined it. Now he's saying monetary it reparations shouldn't be based on a monetary value. Well, what should it be based on when we were kept from sharing the wealth? We
Exactly.
still being held back. So
Yeah.
how can you sit there and develop a task force and then go back and decline a package and say to the public, monetary value is not going to make up for reparations? And now they complaining on the news it's going to cost California $800 billion. Well,
Billion? Oh, wow.
think about the losses that we've suffered as a people.
Yes, yes.
You
And it
got
begins
free
with giving the
labor.
lands back.
Yeah, they got free labor off the backs of our ancestors. You don't think that we are owed that?
Hmm. Good one. Lena says right now they are talking about reparations and protected rights for Black people. I guess she's talking about the Democrats. Is what they're
But
talking.
they've been complaining on the
Yeah.
news. They saying it's gonna cost too much. They saying basically reparations, things that they asked for is already in place, so nothing should be done.
Mm. I'm thinking that they're just saying that as some talking points to get
Exactly.
Black people to vote for them again.
Exactly.
Exactly, I think so too.
You
I
know.
think I think so too. And right around election time,
Yeah.
you really gonna hear about reparations, but
Lip
ain't
service.
nothing gonna come to fruition with that.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. I think that's why they're talking a lot about it now. And to keep putting out this information to mar the Republicans, so we'll be like, oh, they're racist.
Exactly.
When really the Democrats are the ones that's racist.
It's
You know,
propaganda. It's
propaganda.
propaganda.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
But we have to be smart and look at how they move differently during election time. We have to be smart. We can't keep, we can't keep this revolving door of ignorancy that's going on within
Yeah.
our people and our community.
Yeah.
It's time to open our eyes. It's time to educate our people.
Yep.
It's time to make a change. We keep looking to the white man to help us, our great
Yes.
savior, and it's never going to happen.
Yep. We need to help ourselves.
We need to do it ourselves,
Yep. That's true.
you know.
And I dropped the link, y'all, and I've pinned it in the chat if anybody else would like to come up. Kim says, RN, from your airport experience, should the FBI have known everyone that went on the Cabo trip? Did you notice camera? I believe that, I mean, if the FBI already had seen the video before we saw it,
Mm-hmm.
and just like in the beginning, when this thing first happened, there was attorneys on different podcasts and stuff saying that the FBI can pull those IP addresses and they could tell who was the one who actually, the video came from. They
Mm-hmm.
can tell who all the conversations and all that stuff. So I think they do know, and that's why it was um, such a slap in the face when it was like, oh, well, we don't have enough evidence to pursue a case.
Yeah.
This is absolutely over. It's there's nothing can be done. That's
Yeah.
how they were coming at us. So
Yep.
I believe they do know who all
Mm-hmm.
went on the trip.
Yep.
Sharon says, that's correct. I'm doing research in my state to determine if I will change my registration. All right. Good job,
Yes.
Sharon. Yeah. A lot
Yes.
of times we just hold on to stuff just because mama and them did it. Grandma and them,
Mm-hmm.
everybody always voted Democrat. So you just
Yeah.
do without even, like Sharon says here, do the research.
Mm-hmm.
Do the research.
Yes.
Yeah, so for the most part, I've usually always voted Republican. However, when Obama, came out, I just went with the herd and
Yeah. Me
vote for
too.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he really put us in a really bad space.
Yes, he
And
did, and people don't like to admit it. But
yeah,
let's be real.
yep,
Obama's whole
Agenda.
campaign
Yep.
was run on
Yep.
LBGTQ whatever
Yep.
and immigration.
Yep.
We wasn't nowhere in
Nope.
that factor.
Nowhere. 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 And
You
it was
know,
because of us, because like I said
we
before,
got them in office.
yeah. I mean, we had the line to vote wrapped around. We had got people out of the droves that had never voted before.
Yes,
Old people, young
yes,
people,
yes,
middle-aged people who had just been lackadaisical and not ever voted, but because a black man was running, boom, everybody went for there. And I did too. I was like, okay, yeah,
yep,
I'm gonna support the black man, see what's going
yeah,
on here.
yep.
But then it just reminded me of why was like, hey, we vote Republican. That's what I always felt did the best, the best for me,
Mm-hmm.
the best for our people too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if you look at it, sis, you notice when you register to vote Democrat, they the only party that send out a book and tell you everything to vote for, all the bills to vote for, all the people. And it's like that's not exercising your right to vote. That's not what our ancestors fought and
Right.
died for.
Exactly.
Republicans, when I first went over to Republicans, they don't do that. They send you a book with all the candidates explaining their office, and that's it. They don't sit there and send you a book and tell you everything to vote
Exactly.
for.
They grooming us.
They grooming us
They're the ones
basically.
that's responsible for now trying to groom our children with this
Yes,
whole transgender stuff,
yes,
and grooming us, hurting us on how to vote.
yes,
Right? They have
yes,
they're responsible for pushing government off into our personal lives,
yes.
telling us how to live our lives. Republicans don't do that. Just
They
like you
don't
said,
do that.
here's the thing, do your, be you, go do you,
Yes. Yep.
you know.
Yep. That's so true. People really need to wake up. Like I said, if they vote Biden back in office,
Uh-huh.
Lord help us.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, trying to rally everybody, because Biden never said, he supports the transgenders. He supports these
Hmm.
transgenders and has yet to say anything about what happened to Shanquella.
No,
Did
but
nothing.
remember, he said he got our back. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't do nothing for this young lady
Mm-mm.
who was murdered on
Yes.
camera.
Yep. In front of everybody.
And Kamala Harris ain't no better.
Nope. Yeah. She's poisoned with the rest of them too.
Yep.
So, Nary, what were you going to share? Give us your breakdown.
I think so far we've been having a wonderful conversation
Yeah.
about educating our people on um, I guess the realities of politics in America, and how the Democratic Party really has been um, not for our betterment within the last 50 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
And we really do need
You
to
got some
consider,
background noise back there.
who me?
Yeah, somebody that clicking. You don't hear that?
I hear it.
Oh,
I'm
is
going
that
to put it on mute and you see if you hear it.
okay? I do not hear it.
Mm-mm. I don't hear it either.
Do you hear it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it's time for me to go, you all. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your knowledge.
I appreciate you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate you too.
All right. Good night, all.
Night, night. Let's see, how do I? Oh, there we go. All right, cool. So, Phyllis. Oh, is that you?
Let me see. Let
Oh.
me wait a minute. Let me.
Yeah, I don't hear no more. was you. Tanika was the guilty
Right.
one.
Wait a minute. What's going on with my
I don't know.
phone?
It could be some sabotage. I
Cause
don't know.
it wasn't for real. Cause it wasn't doing that.
Yeah. No, I know. Like we've been going now for an hour and everything's been good, but
And that was it's all of a sudden.
yeah. And that's they don't want me talking about this here voting stuff. They don't want me encouraging people to register to vote and stuff. See, Phyllis says, "Oh my, take your blinders off. Why did they switch?" I don't know what. Maybe I missed something up there. See, JP6 says, "I don't believe in open borders."
Mm-mm. Me neither.
Yeah, but Biden do. President Biden do. The
Yes,
Democrats
he do.
do.
Yeah.
The Democrats do. Republicans are all about keeping it in America.
Yes, definitely.
So and anybody who's willing to work, want to work, is able to. The Democrats will try to rock you to sleep by giving you just enough of this free stuff to where
Yeah.
it drains people's ambitions, black
Yeah.
people's ambitions, to
Yep.
try to do anything. And it
Yep.
makes you lazy and just want to wah, 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 put the choo choo in my mind. You get
Exactly.
spoon fed. You know?
That's true.
Yeah. And then
That's
be mad,
true.
yeah, mad because the free money is dried up, you know.
Yeah.
So you feel like you want to. That was part of the reason, probably, why a lot of people voted for Biden, because he was giving out all those handouts.
Yep. Yep.
And now you see about the tables about to turn. They kicking people out of these, out of their apartment. They letting the evictions and stuff go by. But in
Yes.
the
I seen
meantime,
that.
look at how much devastation that happened by doing that. What about the poor people that had the landlords, right?
Yeah.
You a mom
Yeah.
and pop, you maybe have one or two properties, and now all of a sudden people have been living in your spot for 2 years, for the last 2 years, and ain't paid you a dime.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You know. So, yeah, that's why I say, these Democrats are not for, they're not for us.
No.
P6 says, I don't believe in, oh, okay, I already read that. Let's see, and now says at Tanika, yes, you could see and feel the pain, and it touched me deeply. Powerful, magnificent statement on the ability of Black women to withstand every manner of horrors and still glow
Like
like
a
a
song.
star. Yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes, yes. All right, we got some more agreements up in here. Okay, Phyllis says Trump doesn't care about any Blacks. Look how he treated Blacks in New York. Look how he speaks about women. All right. So there's like tons of old footage of Trump with Black people, with the rappers,
Yeah.
with in the Black community, right?
He was close with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He
And
stayed at his house.
yeah. And when I get back to the house, I got a whole list of shorts that I can show y'all where it shows Trump already had relationships with
With
Black
Black.
people
Yes, he
before
did.
he got off into office.
Yes, he did.
So them painting this picture about him being racist and all that stuff, and I'm
Mm-mm.
not trying to say that anybody is or isn't.
Mm-hmm.
However, we still need to pick a team to vote for. As long
Exactly.
as we living in this country, it's your responsibility to vote. And we can't just
Exactly.
be like, oh, well, so and so is prejudiced, so and so's racist. If we keep holding on to that, it's just
We
like
won't
how
get
saying,
nowhere.
yeah, it's like it's conditioning, right?
Yeah.
They've conditioned us to feel hopeless and helpless, like we shouldn't do anything because they're there to stop us. They're there to
Yes.
block us, right?
Yes.
It's
Yep.
just like the conditioning with the flea in the glass jar,
Yep.
right? So they condition the flea in the glass jar is only going to jump so high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when they remove the glass jar, the flea has been conditioned to only jump this high, and that's it.
Yep.
Hey, all right, we got another person coming up here. All right, thank you, Miss Phyllis. bring you to this screen here. How are you?
I'm fine. How's everybody?
Everybody is
Good in yourself.
all right.
I guess I'm the minority in the group, but it don't bother me.
No, it's
Oh.
all good.
Oh, I'm good. That's my lot in life, and I don't care. But I will
Tanika,
say, I
that's
do a
that
lot of research, and when
Catherine.
you talk about
Put you
Trump
on mute.
as
I
being
can
in
hear.
pictures with other black entertainers and stuff, but
Uh-huh.
you got to look beyond the surface.
Yep.
Look at the motivation behind that. What was his motive to do that? What is his motive to do a lot of things? And as far as Democrats, our ancestors were run out of the state of North Carolina, a whole city they were run out. And that was by Republicans because the blacks had gotten themselves to establish their own city, their own businesses, much
Hmm.
like out in the West when they had done. And they were threatened. Don't you dare come back into this state. There were some families who had people still living in North Carolina where their families died and they weren't even allowed to come back for their funerals.
Wow.
So I do research, but it doesn't matter to me whether you're really a Democrat or you're Republican. There's somebody in the chat said earlier, vote for the person who best aligns with your way of thinking, best aligns with what's best for you. But even beyond that, what I care about is what God says. We're
Yeah.
at fault. A lot of this stuff is because the church isn't where it's supposed to be today. And if we put Second Chronicles 7:14 into actual living, we wouldn't have to be concerned about Democrat or Republican parties because we're living right and we're preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ and praying and turn from our own wicked ways. Black people, a lot of times, we're our own worst enemies. We
Yep.
don't know how to come together.
Yep.
And you talk about even Obama. Obama couldn't do no more than what they let him do. Now, let's just be real. So I don't tell people who to vote for. That's your business. But I will tell you, if you don't vote, don't say nothing because your voice is your vote. And your vote is your voice. So you be governed by what's in your heart. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. And just because somebody tells me I'm not going to enforce abortions, what's your motive? You can't even hold a Bible the right side up. You don't even know what's in between those pages, Genesis to Revelation. So let's be a wise. And then people who are even still doing wrong, somebody said, a couple of people said, how they say that? Vote for the lesser of two evils. No, you ask God for wisdom. And sometimes that person who ain't quite right or not quite right there, God can change their hearts. And if we pray and pray on one accord and in unity, this whole country, blacks included, because God ain't coming back just for black people. Yes, we have to fight for our justice, fight for our rights, but not just our rights, everybody's rights. So let's get it right. Let's say it right. And again, I'll say it ain't nobody's business who you vote for.
Well, the reason why I say that I disagree with that is
What
because
the
there's
Lord
strength
has
in
told you to do.
numbers.
And
Okay.
then you stand on his promises. What God says, that's what's going to get us over. And we can tell our children and show our children just because they ran our ancestors out of the city, ran them out of the South, had to cross the Ohio River, had to go from house to house and go through all that. And how dare we not vote today for all that they have gone through?
Right.
What they've gone through, we have the obligation, we have the responsibility to vote. VOTE. Just vote. Don't worry about what your neighbor voting for. Vote. Vote, vote, vote. And vote with wisdom. Now, I wasn't going to come on And God said, why not? And I said, well, it's late at night. I got this on my head and stuff, but I just had to come on
I
and
thank you
share
for
my
coming.
heart with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
So y'all have a good night.
All right.
RN, I do watch you from now and then. I think you're a very an intelligent Black woman. You stand up for a lot of good principles. And I'm going to challenge you to keep on the path that you're going.
Thank you.
But ask God, young lady. I'm 70 years old. God willing, I'll be 71 next month.
All right.
Sometimes before we speak, take a pause, think, and if God say go ahead and speak, then you speak. But when God says, then you be quiet. So y'all all take that. That's just a little bit of word of wisdom. And I love you all. And just keep fighting. Keep fighting and know that God is there beside you when you're doing right.
All right.
Right. But he loves you in spite of what you do. But when we do wrong, we got to repent and turn away from that and get on the right track. And then see what God will do throughout, not only in America, but throughout the whole world. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. All right. But on that, I'd like to add to it. I hear what she's saying. However, there's strength in numbers.
Yes,
There's
it
strength
is.
in numbers. If we're all splashed out with our voice in different areas, then we're not together. We have to come together. Even the Bible says two are better than one.
Exactly.
Two are better than one. And
Exactly.
this is new for me to be talking about how voting for, as a group, as a block. And the reason why I believe that
Yeah.
we have been conditioned to say you keep your vote to yourself. Why? We
Yes.
family. We supposed to be sticking together. And if
Mm-hmm.
we all
Mm-hmm.
join together, it's going to be stronger than everybody all splashed around. If
Yeah.
you take a rope and you even just twist two pieces, that rope is stronger. You put
Yes.
three
Yes.
braids up in there, it's even more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
how we're going to make the change, because we're going to be lifting one voice
Yeah,
all
exactly.
together. All together. But I appreciate Miss Phyllis for her coming up and saying that, because we do need to hear all of that, and that helps to
Yes.
get your mind and wheels kind of rolling and stuff. Because like I said before, y'all, nobody's never even heard me talk anything, no politics stuff, nothing about voting, none of those
Yes.
things. But once I recognize is that's how they're able to keep us down,
Yes.
by having everybody not talk about the vote and all this stuff, or even hurting us as a group to think that we need to vote a certain way.
Yes.
It's not helping us. It's
It's
going to
not.
help us if we could be focused with the vote, focused with what we're doing, as opposed
Yes.
to this is how I feel, and you feel this way. Even if we're not in 100% agreement, it's still strength in numbers.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
It's
is.
strength in the numbers,
I
and
could
that's how we're
say
going to make
this.
change.
I could say this with the Democrats. Again, why keep voting the same party in
Yeah.
that make empty promises?
Yep.
Are not doing any better by us.
Right. Yeah.
They're not doing any better by
Yeah.
us. You
So why
know,
not just this one time? Let's just see what happens.
yeah.
See what happens. We all get together, and that way we can recognize that we had the power to. Our
Mm-hmm.
voices got heard. We voted
Yes.
this in.
Yep.
See
Yep.
what happens, and then
Yeah.
in 4 years we can, and in worst case scenario, we right where we was at. But
Exactly.
when Trump was in power, I felt like he got the economy looking decent.
A lot of
He
people
wasn't just
said that.
creating debt.
Yes. A lot
So
of people said that.
yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and two, nobody knows what God has told, or it's what your mission is, what
Yes.
your journey is, what God told you to do, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm following the voice that's guiding me. Like, I didn't set out to be this, I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
I didn't start this channel to be no content creator. This was the old abandoned hair channel. I said something about Shanquella Robinson on the lead attorney show, and
Mhm.
then people wanted to keep hearing me talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's how this happened. When it
Yeah.
came, I don't want to be political. Do you think I want to try to talk about voting and all that? No.
Yeah.
But it's put on me. This is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly.
So I have to be responsible for doing what the voice told me to
You
do.
to do. I feel there's nothing wrong with voicing your opinion on politics.
Right.
I mean, if we don't see it our own self, maybe hearing it from somebody else will get us to thinking.
True. True, true, true. Yeah. And it's a reason why they want us to feel that way.
Yeah.
That way
Oh
they can
yeah.
always stay ahead, because everybody's in their own space and not coming together saying, hey, if we all stuck together, you can't make all of us go. You can
Yes.
pick us off, they pick you off one at a time when you weak, because
Mm-hmm.
you're weaker when you're just by yourself. But
Yes.
like I said, it's strength in numbers.
Yes.
Strength
Yes, it
in numbers,
is.
you know. So I just wanted to come on really quick, y'all, to kind of just give an update and to again encourage us to register to vote and vote. Register
Yes.
to vote and vote, and consider voting as a block.
Yes.
Because if you vote as a block and then you go to say something and people know that you are part of this block that has 50,000 people on it, that's something. That's more than just me by myself talking,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So now we can start demanding things from our from the government,
Yes.
because we got power
Definitely.
here. Oh,
Yes.
you don't want to do that? Okay, that's all right. We gonna send out an email to the million people that's on our group here.
Mm-hmm.
We see how you feel about, you know, a million of us saying no, we ain't trying to have no transgenders in our female restrooms. We're not trying
Exactly.
to have no man in there with his penis slinging around
Exactly.
talking about he identifies as a
As
woman.
a woman.
We're
Yeah.
not
That's
gonna let y'all let these men go to women's prisons.
yes.
I did a video maybe a week or so ago, where 40 male prisoners have been moved to female facilities, and there's
Mm-hmm.
274 men waiting on the list to be able to go to a women's prison, because all you have to do is say you identify
As a
as a
woman.
yeah, exactly. And there is a man who's been sent to a women's prison, and he's gotten 2 women pregnant.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And out of the list of the men that's on the list to try to get it off into the women's prison, 68% of them are in there for sex crimes.
Oh,
So this is
okay.
fair. This is
Yeah.
fair. And this is why I say we need to vote Republicans, because Republicans are going to be more conservative, and they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be supporting this delusional thinking.
Yes,
It's gotten to
definitely.
be a horrible situation to where innocent people are being injured because of these transgender people are, exercising their rights. And
Mm-hmm.
this president, this administration is talking about they're encouraging these folks to fight. We support the transgenders. Transgenders will fight. They were out there saying this stuff.
Yeah. That's
So
ridiculous.
it is. Where are people safe at? Women
Yeah.
safe. Where are the women safe? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And that was one of the reasons why I was saying for Nikki Haley, because she's a 2-term governor of a state, and
Mm-hmm.
statistics show that governors make excellent presidents because they
Uh,
have, experience with running something, being in charge of
yes.
something. Like the governor is like the president of that state, right?
Yes.
So you have
Yes.
experience doing that. And also she was an ambassador, so she's got the international experience and things like that. So we need that. And
Yeah.
she speaks out on women's rights, on
Yes.
issues and all that stuff, and
Yes.
keeping women safe.
Yeah.
Niall says, yes, black folk, too many, not everyone, of course, stuck in complacency, which many confuse with comfort. Many are tired, worn out. We come this far by faith. Turning around is not an option. I agree with you now. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
totally true. Totally true. So, Tanika, do you have any? Let me see. I got some more. Ooh, I got comments. Let me try to take down some more of these comments really quick here. Kim says, "Mine was great when Bill Clinton was in office." See, Linda says, "Why should we vote for a party that is trying to wipe out our history?" Phyllis says, "No, don't be fooled." JP6 says, "Black people are Republicans back in the Civil War days."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. And, like I said, I don't know what happened to, get us blindsided and tunnel
Mm-hmm.
visioned on we got to stay with the whole Republican thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra says, "What Republicans has come out to support the Shanquella Robinson? Call Candace Owens, good one here. She was the one allegedly stained the Black Lives Matter all culture protested and some deleted, and no Black Lives Matter has been this trial." Wait a minute, where am I at? No Black Lives Matter has been to trial. We need new parties. I hear you. And
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I do
However,
too.
we are so close to the next election. To try to start a new
It's
party,
too late.
it's too late. So what
Mm-hmm.
I say is we get somewhere on the Republican Party and leverage that. And
Mm-hmm.
once we in there, we got numbers. We could start saying, okay, now it's time to break away and do this.
Yes.
Because, before the Democratic Party was formed, it was all one Republican, one,
Yes.
and we're supposed to be indivisible with liberty
Yep.
and justice for all.
They're all. Yep.
Indivisible, meaning we're not supposed to be divided,
Yes.
right? So something happened to where they offered this Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's why I say if we get in there, if we join together now, not saying that the Republican Party is the greatest thing since sliced bread
Right.
or this is
Right.
what's going to be happening. I'm saying is that we are here in
Mm-hmm.
America, we are citizens. If we just go, well, we've been oppressed or we this or they racist and all that stuff, that's not going to help.
That's not gonna help us.
That's not going to change racism. That's not going to change the fact that they're them out there trying to oppress us. The glass jar has been removed. We
Yes.
need to jump.
Yes.
So we pick a party that's going to be in our favor. At least
Yes.
Republicans are more conservative.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be conservative. They're not going to be promoting these transgenders coming to your children's schools and
Exactly.
twerking.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's what I mean. We get together, and once we get in there, we are the Republican Party. Then we can say, hey, you know what? We about to branch off to our Black Party or whatever
And
the
do our
thing.
own.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't just show up and be like, oh, I'm gonna, no. There's levels to this.
Yes.
So first step one, is to have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Black Republican voters. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That could be our party.
Yes.
Where we kind of a sub branch of the Republican Party, but we are focused on
our issues.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come into the table, they gotta come see us.
Yes.
Gotta come see us.
Mm-hmm.
And this is ours. This is what we have to say, or these are our requests. This is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Mm-hmm.
gotta start somewhere. We can't just keep going, well, I'm not gonna, no,
Yeah,
we can't. We can't go back and forth. Right? It's not the time. The
exactly.
time is now to unite.
Exactly.
And we worry about feelings and stuff later.
Yep. Yep.
It's not about your feelings. It's not about my feelings. It's
Mm-hmm.
about getting something done. Because if
Yes.
you would have told me 10 years ago that a transgender a man, an XY chromosome, would be serving time in a female's prison,
Would have never believed it.
I wouldn't have.
Mm-mm. Nope.
So that's why I'm saying we need to, put aside all the differences. I,
Yeah.
I no, put aside all the differences and get our voices heard.
Yep.
JP6 says America is not respected anymore. Even some enemies even laugh at US. Yeah, and that's why
That's
I'm saying
true.
we need to bind together so we could,
Yes.
you know, we got a voice, and they want us to stay splashed around and
Mm-hmm.
emotional about this so we don't get nothing done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a closed mouth never gets fed. So that's why we want
Exactly.
to talk about what we're doing, who we
Mm-hmm.
voting for, and stuff, so people will know. Because sometimes people just vote. Everybody's not going to do all the research. So sometimes you
No.
may have to do the research and share it.
Exactly.
Share the information and not be ashamed to talk about politics and policies and all these type of things, right? Because like
Exactly.
I said, over here we
Exactly.
don't do moments of silence. We do
Mm-hmm.
moments of speaking,
Yes.
where we speak
Yes.
out the names of victims, and we have been victims over here in this country. And that's
Yes,
why we
we
got to
have.
speak out these names and lift our voice.
Yep.
We got to. And Linda says, Tim Scott just threw his hat in for Republican candidate for president. No way. See there?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what we got to do here. That is what we got to do here. I'll scroll down to this here. But oh, I got a lot. I'm so far behind. I'm gonna give another few minutes here and pick out some. Oh, here we go. Tamika says 2024 is the new world order with one world and one currency. It's no fixing the debt ceiling. It keep bringing down the U.S.
Yeah,
dollar.
that's true.
Listen, y'all, 2024 is their new world order.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
deep.
that.
Yeah. And see, Phyllis says, God says we all have a choice in everything. Love the person and not their sin. Now I really must go. God bless you all. Good night, Phyllis, and thank you. And this is how we get down over here, right? We don't all agree with everything, and this is how we actually be able to come to conclusions and stuff when we have the pushback. This is how we work it out, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
not supposed to always agree with everything everybody say. Sometimes, I have to listen to new stuff and take into consideration too. But yeah, this is how we get it done. We gotta share
Mm-hmm.
and keep talking. Michelle says, Ariane, that noise is coming in from every time you speak, that noise comes. All right, well, I'm about to cut off anyway. All right, so thank y'all so much for coming in, and I'll see y'all in another video. Peace and love. It is
All right.
noisy. Bye.